Okay. Hello, everyone. It's me. It's Bill Bailey. Hi, welcome to the great SOS quiz for the orangutans. Woo! Thank you so much for joining in and joining me tonight. I've got to say that wherever you're playing, you know, we're playing with friends, you've got a team, we're playing at home. We have about, I think, up to around 8,500 people playing this quiz tonight, which is fantastic. And so, brilliant reaction for that. And also, thank you so much to all the people who've donated so far. We're currently over £10,000, which is amazing. So thank you so much for that. If you can donate, brilliant. If you can go to the SOS page and join up, subscribe, all of that, that would be fantastic. And perhaps before we start the quiz, I'll just explain a little bit about my involvement with SOS over the years. It's an organisation set up by Lucy Wisdom about 20 years ago now. And I met her in Indonesia. We became friends. And it's a wonderful organisation that sort of really works from the ground up, involves lots of local people, there's loads of volunteers, and their focus is really on sort of protecting the environment and the conservation and protecting the orangutans, particularly in Sumatra, but of course all orangutans. Now, before we start, I just want to show you a little bit of a clip, because this will sort of, it really hope to serve as a reminder of how amazing these creatures are. This is from a documentary I made in 2013 called Bill Bailey's Jungle Hero. And it was all about the life of Alfred Russel Wallace, who was the first person to ever really study orangutans in great detail. He studied their behavior and taxonomy. And so it was, this particular clip describes a little bit how Wallace describes the orangutans, and also it shows me encountering a huge wild orangutan for the very first time in the wild. So, if all goes well, technically, and there you see, that's the reason why we're here tonight. These amazing creatures that are under threat. And honestly, you could see for that clip that I was just rendered speechless. You never really forget the first time you see them in the wild. They're just so gentle, incredibly intelligent, the way they use tools, and their hands are so dexterous. They're incredible creatures. So, but I've got to say, before we get into it, it's not all about orangutan questions. Just in case you were thinking every question is going to be about orangutans. It's not all about orangutans. It's a general quiz about various different subjects, and there will be the odd orangutan-based question in there. So what I'll do, I'll sort of, between the rounds, I'll just tell you a little bit about more what the charity is up to. But let's just crack on. I've got to say, I really like your names of the teams. My favourites so far, in no particular order: Orangutan Clan, nice work. The Ginger Offcuts, very good. And this is the Sideways Quislings. So somebody's been watching my shows. That was my nickname for crabs, treacherous crabs. So so let's crack on. Let's crack on with the quiz. Okay, so there are 6 rounds. Each of them has 10 questions, and we've arranged them into subject headings because, like, we're just nice like that. So let's crack on with round 1. Are you ready? Fingers on your virtual buzzers. Let's go. The first round is about geography. Okay, so here we go. What I'll do, and by the way, I'll do a round, and then I'll go back and give you the answers for round 1. You check them, and then we'll move on. Okay, so here we go. Round 1, question 1. Montgomery is the capital of which US state? I'll repeat it. Montgomery, the capital of which US state? Okay, that's the first question. Question 2. Heroes of the sea, noble people, is the first line of which country's national anthem? I'll read it again. Heroes of the sea, noble people. Think a country, the people represent that? You're on to, you're getting close. Okay, question 3. According to the UN World Happiness Report, which is the happiest country of 2019? The World Happiness Report, the happiest country of 2019. Okay, question number 4. Am I going too fast? Am I going too fast? No. All right, question number 4 is, what is the longest river in the UK? Question number 5, name the world's 4th most populated country. Sorry, have I gone too fast? The longest river in the UK, that was question number 4. Number 5, the world's 4th most populated country. Okay, question number 6. In October 2019, what the 70th anniversary was of which republic? 2019 saw the 70th anniversary of which republic? Okay. Question 7. In August of 2019, the UK's biggest fracking-related tremor was recorded near which seaside town? Biggest fracking-related tremor in the UK, which seaside town in August 2019? Okay. Question number 8. Question number 8. Which country has the longest coastline in the world? Have a think about that. Largest coastline in the world. Okay. And sorry, am I going too fast? Okay, I'm sorry, because I know the answers. Okay, everyone caught up? 30 seconds. Okay, sorry. Everyone's saying slow down. I've never done these quizzes before, sorry, so it's just all new to me. I can't hear anyone saying slow down, except I'm looking at the comments. Way too fast. I'm trying to speak to someone, they're telling me you're going too fast. All right, I'll start again. Should you start the whole quiz again? Okay.
Yeah, it's start again.
Okay, I'm going way too fast. Somebody's going, I'm going too slow now. Okay, what do we get up to? Longest coastline in the world. Okay, all right. Question number 9. All right, get your pens ready. Question number 9. How many American states begin with the letter A? And I will repeat the question. In fact, I'm going to repeat all the questions for round 1 because, you may have missed them. Okay, so that's question number 9. How many American states start with the letter A? And, okay. And question number 10, the last one of round 1, is on which islands are orangutans found in the wild? Okay, so I did go off a bit fast there. We'll slow it down. I'll start again. This time, well, I'll just go over round 1 again so you get the questions. Okay, this is round 1, geography. Question 1. Montgomery is the capital of which US state? Have a think about that. Okay. Right. Question 2. Ready for that? Question 2. Heroes of the sea, noble people. is the first line of which country's national anthem? Can't sing it for you. I don't really know, but it's a protest march. It's a very powerful song. Question number 3. According to the UN World Happiness Report, which was the happiest country of 2019? Yeah, have a think about that. Okay. That's question 3. Question 4. What is the longest river in the UK? Question 5. Name the world's 4th most populated country. And question number 6. October 2019 saw the 70th anniversary of the Republic. Okay. And let's see. Question number 7. In August 2019, the biggest fracking-related tremor was recorded near which seaside town? So that is in August 2019, the UK's biggest fracking-related tremor was recorded near which seaside town? Somebody says they can hear running water. Yeah, that's the fountain. Can't do anything about that. Okay. And then which country has the longest coastline in the world? That was question 8. Longest coastline in the world. Okay. Very good. Somebody says, can you repeat question 6? Okay. Question 6 was October 2019 saw the 70th anniversary of which republic? Okay. Question 19. 19? 9. Question 9. How many American states begin with the letter A? And obviously, if you could name them, that'd be great. But, you know, it's just for fun. Okay, and I think we're up to question 10. Somebody says, are you sat on the toilet? Is there anybody who could turn it off? It just sounds like the system's going. Question 10. There's no chance it could be turned off. Question 10. On which islands are orangutans found in the wild? Right. Okay. So. Are we good? I think we can actually now say that's the end of round 1. Yay! So, that's the end of round 1. Now, get your pens, your paper, get your marking pens out because here come the answers. All right? So, let's have a look. Here we go. Question number 1 was Montgomery is the capital of which US state and it is Alabama. Alabama is famous for it was the birthplace of Nat King Cole, also for the famous Selma to Montgomery March with Martin Luther King. Okay, so that's question one. Question two, Heroes of the Sea, Noble People, is the first line of the national anthem of Portugal. Portugal, great seafaring nation. It's a wonderful national anthem, actually. It's the words of a poem by a guy called Enrique Lopez de Mendonça. And I'll just read you the last stanza of the poem. It's beautiful. The rays of the dawn are like a mother's kiss that keeps us, sustains us against the injuries of fate. I mean, that's beautiful, isn't it? It's better than God save the greatest queen. It's such a dirge, isn't it? God save the. It's just so. God save the Queen. Don't worry about us. We're fine. Just save the Queen. We'll get a cab or something. Right. So that's question two. Question three. According to the World Happiness Report, UN, the happiest country of 2019 was Finland. And Finland has done very well in this. This is the third year in a row that Finland's won the happiest country. They were happiest in 2017, 2018, 2019, 3 on the trot. And I don't know why Finland particularly well. It's an interesting report. It's like, autism criteria of people you can trust you can trust the government in Finland. That really helps. That would help, wouldn't it? It's a place of great social provision, social care. People feel safe there. They feel they can do what they want. It's Finland. Finland, here's an interesting fact about Finland, 3 million saunas. And there's only 5 million people. So that's, you could socially distance and have a sauna. Finland also has the longest, this is the very nerdy word fact for me, the longest palindrome in the world is a Finnish word. It's 19 letters, and I'll try and read it for you. Saipua kivikaupias. And that is 19 letters, and it means a caustic soda dealer. Yes, you need that. Anyway, so that's question three. Okay, we're going to crack on with the answers to question four. The longest river in the UK is, of course, the River Severn. Now, the River Thames, it just shades it. Thames is 215 miles long, the River Severn 220. Okay, and the River Trent is 185. So it's the River Severn is the correct answer there. Question number five, the answer, which is, the question was, the world's fourth most populated country is Indonesia. Indonesia has a population around about 273 million. And then it's America at 331, India at 1.3 billion, and China at 1.4. Thereabouts. So, question number six was, what was question number six? Oh, it was something to do with the, we had that, oh, that's China, isn't it? The 70th anniversary of which republic was China? Yeah. Question number seven. In August 2019, the biggest fracking-related tremor in the UK was recorded near Blackpool. So that was a bit of a shock for everyone. The country with the longest coastline in the world is Canada, by quite a distance, actually. Indonesia's top three, 54,000 kilometers, then Norway, and then way out ahead, Canada with 202,000 kilometers. So that's question nine. How many US states begin with the letter A? And that is, of course, 4. It's Arizona, Alaska, Arkansas, and Alabama. Yeah, there you go. And then the final question of round one was, on which islands are orangutans found in the wild? And it is, of course, Sumatra and Borneo. So, there you go. Tot up. How many you got right? Get yourself sorted. Just a bit of extra info about the orangutans there. Orangutans used to be found throughout the whole of Southeast Asia and China. And about a century ago, there were nearly 250,000 of them. But now the population's gone way, way down. And there's now about between 70 and 100,000 Bornean orangutans, but 13,800 Sumatran, and fewer than 800 of the Tapanuli orangutans, an entirely new species that was discovered fairly recently, but more of them in a minute. So, okay, how's that? How am I doing? Let's just check the comments. Finland has it all, yes. I'm not good with quizzes. Can I have a point just for Borneo? No. What was the Republic with the 70th thing again? It was China. And 6 out of 10 for the cheeky chimps in Edinburgh. Well done to them. Sideways Quislings, 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10 for the orangutans. You're doing all right. They're not easy. I'm not saying they're easy. I mean, but, you know, they're a bit testing. 0 out of 10. Oh, dear. Going well. Okay. And I was asking, I was a bit excited. Look, I've got to say, I was a bit excited. This is my first quiz. I was really G'd up for it. So I'm just going to relax now. Just chill. We're into round 2. Yay. Round 2 is history. So, okay, here we go. Cheese violence. Okay, there we go. Round 2 history. So, which famous European leader is thought to have said, "England is a nation of shopkeepers"? Huh? I'll repeat the question. Which famous European leader is thought to have said, "England is a nation of shopkeepers"? I don't know. Is that slag off? I don't know. Is that slagging this off? I don't know. Is that a positive thing? I don't know. Anyway, that's question 1. Question number 2. The world's first text message was sent on the 3rd of December of which year? So basically, which year was the very first text message sent? World's first text message. What year was it sent? Okay, give you time to think about that. Who said that about England? Michel Barnier. That's a good one. Good answer. I'm not saying if it's right or wrong. Okay. First text message. What year? Okay. Question number 3. What year did 10 Downing Street become the official residence of the Prime Minister of Great Britain? See, that's quite a good question, isn't it? What year did 10 Downing Street become the official residence of the Prime Minister of Great Britain? Just, you know, nearest to the ball. What are the options? Do telegrams count? No. SMS or message with text? No. It's just a text message. That's it. Oh, somebody's saying I should high five the statue behind me. All right. There we go. Okay. That's question number 3. Question number 4. On which Apollo mission did Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin walk on the moon? Which one was it? Which number Apollo mission did Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin walk on the moon? Okay, that's question number 4. Okay, here comes question number 5 of round 2. Now, you pay attention here. How many times was the Summer Olympic Games hosted in the UK during the 20th century? So how many times was the Summer Olympic Games hosted in the UK during the 20th century? Right. Okay, think about that. Not 21st, 20th century. How many times? They're loud, those birds, aren't they? Trick questions. No, they're not. Okay, that was question number 5. So, here it comes, question number 6. Question number 1 again. Oh, somebody's asking for question 1. Which famous European leader is thought to have said, England is a nation of shopkeepers? Yeah, okay. Okay, so question number 6. Who was the first female Prime Minister of Australia? What's that? I can't hear what you're saying. I don't know what you're saying. Keep pointing at me. Okay, so question number 2. Oh, somebody wants question number 2 again. I will repeat all the questions when I get to the end. From which, this is question number 7. From which country did Algeria gain independence in 1962? Okay. Question number 8. Here's one that's quite relevant to what we do. What is Tim Berners-Lee best known for? Okay. Question number 9. Name the British inventor who discovered penicillin in 1928. Okay. Think about that. It's saying my bird's very loud. She's not. I'm going to show you. She's not at all. She's very quiet. Look. Come here. Right, just sit there. Sit there, Pops. That's Poppy. She's a palm. Cockatoo. Say hello, Pops. Okay. What do we get up to? Oh, question number 9. So last question of round 2. Question number 10. In what year was the Tapanuli orangutan announced as a distinct species? Remember I mentioned it at the end of round 1. The Tapanuli orangutan was announced as a distinct species. Okay. That was round 2. So, are you ready for the answers? Yes. I'm asking the question and I'm answering it for you. That was round 2. So let's go back over round 2. Everyone, all the questions? They got all that? I'm looking at the comments. Yeah, most people seem to have got the answers. Okay, here we go. Round 2. Here's the answers. Question 1. Which famous European leader is thought to have said England is a nation of shopkeepers? And the answer was Napoleon Bonaparte. And apparently in 1794, Napoleon said it. But the British press, when they reported it as just saying, the French said it. Amazing. The press back then were just, you know, mildly xenophobic. Oh, dear. Oh. So, question number 2 was, what the world's first text message was sent on the 3rd of December of which year? And it was actually 1992. And bonus point if you know what the answer, what the text message was. I mean, it wasn't, you know, lol, it was Merry Christmas. Pretty dull. Anyway, that's it. That was question number 2. Question number 3, what year did 10 Downing Street become the official residence of the Prime Minister of Great Britain? It was actually 1735. And the Prime Minister then, of course, was Sir Robert Walpole, the Whig. A man who was from the gentry class and of extraordinary self-confidence. How things have changed. So, question number 4. On which Apollo mission did Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin walk on the moon? And it was Apollo 11, 1969. I remember I was only 4 and I was woken up to see it. So, question number 5. How many times was the Summer Olympic Games hosted in the UK in the 20th century? And the answer was twice. Both in London, once in 1908, once in 1948. And it was due to be hosted in London in 1944, but it was cancelled because of the war. So the answer was twice. Question number 6. Who was the first female Prime Minister of Australia? And that was, of course, Julia Gillard from 2010 to 2013. Question 7. From which country did Algeria gain independence in 1962? And that was, of course, France. Okay, question number 8. What is Tim Berners-Lee best known for? The invention of the internet, of course. Question number 9. Name the British inventor who discovered penicillin. And that was in 1928, and that was Alexander Fleming. And in what year was the Tapanuli orangutan announced as a distinct species? Okay. Anyone? You might not know that, but it was 2017. So that's end of round 2. Check the scores. Get yourself a drink, get the kettle on before we crack on with round 3. Before we do that, I just mention about the Tapanuli orangutan. It's actually an amazing story, really. It's incredible. This is an entirely new species of orangutan. And by dint of that, it's a new great ape. And before the Tapanuli was discovered and really identified as a distinct species, there was, well, what are the great apes? There's us, there's Sumatran orangutans, Bornean orangutans, Western, Eastern gorillas, chimpanzees and bonobos. But now we have an entirely new great ape, the Tapanuli orangutan. And it was sort of separated from Sumatran orangutans sort of millions of years ago. And then about 75,000 years ago, which is a sort of geological eye blink, there was a cataclysmic explosion on the island of Sumatra. The volcano Lake Toba was created. It was a gigantic explosion, and that obviously took out quite a lot of wildlife, and it separated the orangutans. So the Tapanuli orangutans were sort of then corralled in the northwest of Sumatra. And what scientists have discovered recently is that they were they're the kind of original orangutans that came across the land bridge millions of years ago. So they're sort of almost like the pioneers. They're the kind of the frontier orangutans. They're the sort of the originals from which the others are sort of are their relatives. So they're in real strife as well. There's only, I think there's less than 800 left, and it's now, having been discovered only in 2017, they're now the most endangered great ape in the world. And SOS, Sumatran Orangutan Society, is leading an international campaign to try and halt the development of a hydropower dam on the Batang Toru River, which is going to decimate and just sort of cut a swathe right through their habitat. So all of your support, all of your donations and your wonderful help and joining in with SOS will go towards protecting this incredibly rare, critically endangered animal, which is a sort of the orangutans are like, they're sort of beacon species for the forest. If the orangutans are doing well, that means pretty much everything else is doing well, because they need such a lot of space to live and sort of survive. If the orangutans are doing well, that means good health for the rest of the forest. Anyway, so that's a little bit of information about the Tapanulis. Let's move on to, well, let's see, how do you do? 7 out of 10. That's pretty good. 5 out of 10 for team touching cloth. Oh, that's not good. 5 out of 10 on history. Oh, well. Am I repping the Tapanuli vibes in your beard? Well, that's nice. The Tapanuli are amazing. They are slightly different to the other orangutans. In Bornean orangutans, only the males have beards. But the Tapanuli ones, the males and the females both have beards. So, you know, they're a bit more sort of, you know, there's a bit more equality with the beards. So, yeah, she's lovely. That's Frank. I knew that. So, question number 1. Oh, yeah, round 3. We're in round 3. This is culture. How are you on culture? Well, we'll find out. Okay, here we go. Question number 1. Which British poet, oh, I love this. Which British poet wrote the lines, "Man hands on misery to man. It deepens like a coastal shelf"? It's cheery, isn't it? The British poet wrote, who was it that wrote these lines? Man hands on misery to man. It deepens like a coastal shelf. Okay, that's question number 1. Have a think about that. And by the way, if you're thinking it wasn't. Question number 2. At the Oscars in 2019, who was the host? Who was the host at the Oscars 2019? Okay. Think about that. Question number 3. Which American crime drama starring Alice Braga as Teresa Mendoza shares its name with a Scottish football team? There you go. Which it's an American crime drama. It stars Alice Braga as Teresa Mendoza, and it shares its name with a Scottish football team. That's question 3. Okay. Question number 4. This is a film question. Which film is this the first line of? I owe everything to George Bailey. Help him, dear father. Oh. Great film, classic film. Which film is this the first line of? I owe everything to George Bailey. Help him, dear father. Okay, that's question 4. Think about that. Okay, question 5. In September of 2019, who was the guest editor of UK Vogue? The first in 103 years. Wasn't me. The first guest editor of Vogue in 103 years in September 2019. Who was it? Have a think about that. Guest editor of Vogue. First in 103 years. They don't like letting people edit it, obviously, but they let this person do it. September 2019. Okay, that was question 5. Question number 6. This is a music question. What is the singer Michael Ebenezer Kwadwo Omari Owuo better known as? The singer Michael Ebenezer Kwadwo Omari Owuo is better known as what? Okay. That's question number 6. Here comes question number 7. Question 7. Who was appointed 2019 Poet Laureate, succeeding Carol Ann Duffy? Who was that? So basically, who is our current Poet Laureate who succeeded Carol Ann Duffy last year? That was question 7. You need more time with that one? Okay. Okay. Poetry. Now this next one. This next one is just, I find this extraordinary. This is a social media question. In January of last year, a picture of an everyday object on Instagram became a global phenomenon by being the most liked post in online history. What was the object? Have a think of that. It was an object, an everyday object posted on Instagram. It became a global phenomenon, the most liked post in online history. What was the object? More time? We need more brain. I can't help you with that, I'm sorry. Okay, question number 9 of culture is this. According to the Queen of Hearts in Alice in Wonderland, what kind of food is eaten tomorrow, yesterday, but never today? I'll repeat the question. According to the Queen of Hearts in Alice in Wonderland, what kind of food is eaten tomorrow, yesterday, but never today? Okay. All right. And the final question of round 3, culture. Question number 10. Orangutans are known to have cultures that differ between populations. True or false? Orangutans have cultures that differ between populations. True or false? You decide. That's weird. So, there we go. That is the final question of round 3. Let's see. How are we doing, everyone? Shall we have a quick break? Do you want a quick break, everyone? Just a very quick comfort break. Get the kettle on, cup of tea, relax, I'm going to be here all night. I'm not going anywhere. By the way, these marvellous T-shirts can be purchased from the SOS website. I must admit, I was slightly concerned about this one because, but I seem to have shed a few pounds in lockdown, so I'm able to. I feel a bit. It was going to be a bit snug, but it fits quite well now. So anyway, there you go. Quite nice merch, isn't it? Yes, a break. Yes, yes. Go on, get yourself a cup of tea, and what we got? Toilet and tea. Yeah, go on. Get some dusty wine. That's it. Get your dusty wine. Not the clean wine, the dusty wine. Okay, nice cup of tea. Somebody said it's hard. This isn't hard. Easy peasy. You wait till the next round. I'm joking. No. Okay. Right. Shall we have something to drink? Quick fire. Oh, yeah. Quick fire recap of the questions. Very quick. I'm just going to whiz through them so you can check them off, right? So here we go. Just a recap of round 3, culture. Which British poet wrote the cheery lines, "Man hands on misery to man, it oak deepens like a coastal shelf"? Question 2 was, at the Oscars in 2019, who was the host? Question 3 was, which American crime drama starring Alice Braga as Teresa Mendoza shares its name with a Scottish football team? Which film is, this is question 4, which film is the first line, this is the first line of, "I owe everything to George Bailey, help him, dear father"? Question 5, in September 2019, who was the first guest editor of Vogue, UK Vogue, in 103 years? Question 6 was, what is the singer Michael Ebenezer Quadjo Omari Omoor better known as? And question 7 was, who is the appointed 2019 UK Poet Laureate, succeeding Carol Ann Duffy? Question 8 was, in January 2019, a picture of an everyday object on Instagram became the most liked post in online history. What was the object? Question 9, according to the Queen of Hearts in Alice in Wonderland, what kind of food is eaten tomorrow? Yesterday, but never today. And question 10 was, orangutans are known to have cultures that differ between populations. True or false? So, there you go. Right, so, how's everyone doing? And, you know, you ready? You've had your break? Had something to, had a little nibble, cup of tea? Okay. So, I'm going to now recap question 3 with the answers for question 3. So, round 3, thank you. Round 3, culture. So I'm just going to nip through these, get your pens ready to mark yourselves. Round 3, culture. Question 1, which British poet wrote the lines, "Man hands on misery to man, it deepens like a coastal shelf"? That was, of course, Philip Larkin. From his poem, his famous poem, "This Be the Verse." And I don't know if you know much about Philip Larkin. He wasn't the most cheery of chaps. This is what he said about daffodils. He said to me, he said, "Deprivation is to me what daffodils were to Wordsworth." So he wasn't the most cheery of souls. You know, like, I can't imagine somebody saying, "Hey, Philip, we're going out for a Zumba class and then catch a few beers. You want to come?" No. Deprivation is to me what daffodils were to Wordsworth. Oh, right. Okay, that's a no then. So that was Philip Larkin. Question 2. This was the question about the Oscars 2019. Who was the host? No one. That was slightly a trick question. There was no one. It was meant to be Kevin Hart, but he pulled out, obviously, after his slightly embarrassing tweets. So that was it. No one is the answer. Question 3. Which American crime drama starring Alice Braga as Teresa Mendoza shares its name with a Scottish football team? It is Queen of the South. That's the name of that. Okay. Question number 4. This is the first line. I owe everything to George Bailey. Help him, dear father, is the first line of It's a Wonderful Life, the 1946 Frank Capra classic, starring James Stewart. Okay. Question number 5. In September 19, the first guest editor of Vogue in 103 years was Meghan Markle. Question number 6. What is the singer Michael Ebenezer Quadjo Omari Omour, better known as Stormzy? Question number 7. Who was appointed 2019 UK Poet Laureate, succeeding Carol Ann Duffy? It was Simon Armitage. Question number 8. In January 2019, a picture of an everyday object on Instagram became a global phenomenon. It was the most liked post in online history. What was the object? It was an egg, just a simple egg. And it was posted by World Record Egg. And I had a look at it earlier on, and it's got 54 million likes. So that is just extraordinary. It's just an egg. Question number 9. And this is, according to the Queen of Hearts in Alice in Wonderland, what kind of food is eaten tomorrow, yesterday, but never today? Jam. Jam tomorrow, which has sort of become a kind of a sort of phrase meaning an unfulfillable promise, you know, like something like, say, someone would say, yes, we're going to definitely have this, and it can never be achieved. Jam tomorrow. So, question number 10. Orangutans are known to have cultures that differ between populations. True or false? It is, of course, true. Cultures, these have been noted many times by researchers. They've seen orangutans using tools. They use sticks to get insects out of trees. They use construction methods for their nests. They even wear leaf gloves to protect their hands from spiky plants. So that was true. So collect your points, see how you did in that round. Let's see, let's check the comments. Let's see how we're getting on. Jam tart. Well, that's all right. You're pretty much there. 2 out of 10. Dazed and confused. 7. Well, that's pretty good. 9 out of 10. Very good. Team Egg. 9 out of 10. Very good. I got 3. Ha ha. 1. No, it's pretty good. The ginger nuts. They seem to be doing. The Apes of Wrath. Doing well. 7 out of 10 in Keynsham. Yay, the West Country Massive. Oh, very good. Oh, hang on. Wow, we're over £12,000 in donations now, guys. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Keep it coming. Brilliant. Scone and Jam 2. Dire. Oh, no. Well, there's some people doing well. There's some people doing very well here. Social quistancing. Oh, nice. Nice pun there. The Leicester Pangolins, 6 out of 10. Very good. Consistently average, yeah. Very good. Oh, well, I don't know. People are doing well. That's good. So here we go. Right then. So, are we ready? Let's crack on. Come on. Let's crack on with round 4. So, round 4 is science. Okay. Let's get me questions sorted. Right. Okay. Get your pens ready. Question 4. Question number 1 of round 4 is: what has the chemical number 8 on the periodic table? The chemical number of 8 on the periodic table. By the way, this is a tape, by the way. It's not like we've got tropical birds running around. Well, we have got tropical birds running around the house, but it's not them that's making the noise. Okay, that's question number 1. Question number 2. Scientists from the Event Horizon Telescope project announced the first ever image of what in 2019? So it's the Event Horizon Telescope project, and it announced the very first ever image of what in 2019? It's a big telescope. T. Oh yes, T, please. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Hang on. Oh, sorry, Sean's phoning me. Dax, can you take that and tell them I'm in the middle of the quiz?
Yeah.
Okay. Question number 3. Who was the very first British astronaut in space? Okay. Who was the very first British astronaut in space? Well, I mean, it'd have to be in space, but it wouldn't be. I suppose that's first British astronaut. Really makes sense, doesn't it? Who was the first British astronaut in space? There you go. That's question number 3. Question number 4. Which denomination of coin depicting Stephen Hawking's work on black holes was unveiled in 2019? Which denomination of coin depicting Stephen Hawking's work on black holes was unveiled in 2019? Okay. All right. That was question 4. Question 5. Autumn King, Figaro, and Saint Valery are all types of what? Autumn King, Figaro, and Saint Valery are all types of what? That's question 5. We don't use cash anymore. What are coins? Yeah, it's a good point, actually. Okay. Question number 6. In October 2019, astronomers announced the discovery of 20 new moons around which planet? 2019, October, astronomers announced the discovery of 20 new moons around which planet? Okay. That was question 6. So that was about which planet has got 20 new moons discovered last year. Question number 7. How many teeth does an adult human normally have? You can, try and count them if you want. How many teeth does an adult human normally have? Right. That's question 7. Okay. Question number 8. Mycology is the study of what? So that mycology, I will spell it for you. M-Y-C-O-L-O-G-Y. Mycology is the study of what? Okay. Somebody's going, I'm a dentist. Well, you should know. So question number 9 is, what is the most abundant gas in the Earth's atmosphere? The most abundant gas in the Earth's atmosphere. And the final question of round 4, question number 10, roughly how much DNA do humans and orangutans share? Slightly obvious, but there you go. How much DNA do humans and orangutans share? Okay, so I'll do a quick recap of round 4 so you can just whiz through those questions. Okay, what has the chemical number 8 on the periodic table? Oxygen. Oh, sorry. Do we need more time? Does everyone need more time? I'll go through them all again. Question number 2. Scientists from the Event Horizon Telescope project announced the first ever image of what in 2019 was a black hole. Okay. Question number 3. Who was the first British astronaut in space? It was Helen Sharman. Helen Sharman, yeah, she was from, she went to college at Sheffield University, studied chemistry, and she worked, I mean, this is true, right? I'm not even making this up. She worked for the Mars confectionery company developing flavors for chocolate, and she became the first British astronaut. So, of course, the UK press called her the girl from Mars. So, Helen Sharman, UK's first astronaut and the first British cosmonaut, the first woman to visit the Mir space station in 1991. There's a little bit of extra facts just for fun. Okay, question number 4. Which denomination of coin depicting Stephen Hawking's work on black holes was unveiled in 2019? It was a 50p piece. Question number 5. Sorry, what am I doing? I'm doing the recap, not the answers. Oh well, I've done the recap and the answers. Sorry. This is a completely new way of doing a quiz. What the hell was that? Hold on a minute. Sorry, one of the fish jumped out the pond. It's all right, it's fine. It's back now. Okay, so I'll just do a recap. Sorry, I got a bit distracted there. Question number 1, the chemical number 8 on the periodic table. Question 2, scientists from the Event Horizon Telescope announced the first image of 2019. Ever image of what in 2019? The first British astronaut in space. Question 3. Question 4, the coin depicting Stephen Hawking's work. What was the denomination? Question 5, Autumn King, Figaro and St. Valerie are all types of what? Question 6, in October 2019, astronomers announced the discovery of 20 new moons around which planet? Question 7, how many teeth does an adult have? Question 8, mycology is the study of what? Not the study of mics, I'll tell you that now. Question 9, what is the most abundant gas in the Earth's atmosphere? And question 10 was, how much DNA do humans and orangutans share? So, okay, the fish is fine. They're jumping, they're getting frisky, but it's back now. Okay, so the answer, of course, I'm just going to recap, but just for the avoidance of doubt, the chemical number 8 on the periodic table is oxygen. The scientists from the Event Horizon Telescope Project, oh, cup of tea, lovely, thanks, discovered in 2019 the first ever image of a black hole. Question 3, the first British astronaut in space, Helen Sharman, used to work for Mars. This is true. Question 4, which denomination of coin depicting Stephen Hawking's work on black holes was the 50p piece? Autumn King, Figaro, and Saint Valery, they're types of carrot. October 2019, astronomers discovered 20 new moons around Saturn. Question 7, how many teeth does an adult human normally have? It's 32. The same number of teeth as orangutans, because we're very similar. What is mycology, the study of? Mushrooms, obviously. Question number 9, what is the most abundant gas in the Earth's atmosphere? Nitrogen. There you go. And finally, how much DNA do humans and orangutans share? 96.4. There you go. And here's the thing, because we're so genetically similar, orangutans and of course other great apes, of which we are a great ape, they're all at risk of contracting human respiratory diseases, including COVID-19 and coronavirus. So at the moment, currently there's no cases of coronavirus in wild orangutans, but that's because all the national parks in Indonesia have been shut down. So let's hope it stays that way. So let's see how everyone's done. Social quiz dancing did 9 out of 10. Very good. Ginger nuts, 24 out of 40. Well, Gizmo's girls, they've done well. Brilliant. Oh, they all go too fast. Orang Nation, the Great Apith. 5 on that round, very good. The Chatsworth crew, Quizmic, Leicester Pangolins, they've done well on the science, as you'd expect from pangolins. Team Sumatra, very good. More brain needed. Quizmodo's doing very poorly. Oompa Loompas. Team Grebo, another 6, well done. Orangutangs. Cajun Massive. Okay. Well done. So people are doing very well. King Louis and the Swingers, 5 out of 10. 8 out of 10 for the Devon gang, well done. The Home Alones, 6 out of 10. Professor Quiz Whitby, 8 out of 10, very good. The What family, 9. Oh, very well done. Great fun, good. The Yumbles, Fellowship of the Ape, the Laminated Team of Dreams, great names. Well done, everyone. Christopher Columbus, excellent. I did abysmally. Well, but hey, you know, look, it's just for fun, right? All for fun. Quick break, cup of tea. Oh, 7 out of 10, the Whitstable Oysters. Wow. Quentin Quarantino, 8 points. The Randalls, 9 out of 10. Very good. Excellent. Wrexham with the Sheilas, 4 out of 10. Bring on the maths round, 11 out of 10. Nice, very good. Bill, can we see your pond? That's a very odd request, but I don't know. I don't know whether the I don't know whether the Wi-Fi will stretch, but we'll see. Hold on. There's Luna. Say hello, Luna. Say hello. No, it doesn't say hello. Okay, I'm just gonna show you the pond. It's a bit dark out here, so you probably won't be able to see it. But they're down there. There's the fish. Come and say hello. Come on. Come on. Anyway, what's working out here? Oh wow, no, the music started. It's all going on. All right, there we go. A little bit of a pond interlude. Right, okay, we're back. We're back. Come on, we're on the home stretch now, guys. Round 5. Somebody's saying hi, Chris. Chloe, hello, Chloe. How many rounds in this quiz? There's 6 rounds. I said that at the beginning, and I said that 6 rounds, 10 questions each. So we're on to round 5. Only 2 rounds to go. Come on, we can do this. Right. Okay. So somebody says goose, nice. Gaff, your garden, pond, nice, lovely. Thank you very much. All right. Time for a cheeky top up. Yeah, actually have a top up. Everyone get a top up. Everybody get a top up. Now, I'm going to time you now. Okay, ready, go. Bottle, unscrew the bottle. Tea. Oh yeah, fridge, open the fridge. Ice. Okay. Did I make up the questions myself? Well, some of them I did, yeah. By the way, some of this quiz, by the way, I prepared some of this for my family, and we did it at Christmas. And some of the questions have been prepared by the wonderful people at SOS. So we sort of did a bit of a mix and match of questions that have got a bit of wildlife in them, some bits of information about orangutans, and a bit of general knowledge. So it's the first one, everyone. So bear with us. You know, all the comments I will listen to. I'll try and read as many as I can. We will respond and improve. Right. Okay. I think are we ready? Are we ready for round 5? I think so. Someone's run out of booze. Oh no. Have you got time for a 3 Skinner? I don't know what you mean. Can you tell my husband to concentrate and get off his phone? Chris, just concentrate. Get off your phone. Concentrate. Right. Okay. Glass of fizz at the ready. Ready to rumble. Okay, let's go. Round 5. Round 5 is sport. Okay. Question number 1. Who is the top scorer for the England women's national football team? Who is the top scorer for the England women's national football team? Okay, that's question number 1. Here comes question number 2. In what sport would competitors use a piece of equipment known as a foil? Right. In what sport would competitors use a piece of equipment known as a foil? Okay. Question number 3. Frankie Dettori, the renowned jockey, just in case you didn't know, won 7 races out of 7. At which horse racing course in the UK in 1995? What a year he had, Frankie Dettori. 7 races out of 7. At which UK horse racing course in 1995? Have a think about that while I have a cup of tea. What? I don't know what's what it said. Okay, that was question number 3. Question number 4. In which sport do teams compete to win the Stanley Cup? Very famous in that sport. Which sport do teams compete to win the Stanley Cup? Have a cup of tea. Question number 5. What is Usain Bolt's 100-meter world record time? And, you know, I'll accept, you know, closest there. But it's fast, obviously. But if you can get it, if you pretty maybe know it. Usain Bolt's 100-meter world record time. That was question number 5. Okay. Number 5. I wouldn't say I was the best manager in the business, but I was in the top 1. So not a shy or retiring man in any way. Famous football manager said, I wouldn't say I was the best manager in the business, but I was in the top 1. Question number 6, that was. Oh, what's happened? Somebody says I've frozen. No? Hold on. Oh, hang on. Wait a minute. I'm back. Okay. Did you lose a question? Oh yeah, question 5. Sorry. Question number 5. What is Usain Bolt's 100-meter world record time? Okay. So I think you might have lost me around question 5. So I'll say that again. Question 5. Usain Bolt's 100-meter world record time. Okay. Question number 6. Which famous football manager once said, I wouldn't say I was the best manager in the business, but I was in the top 1. So, as I say, not a shy or retiring character. I wouldn't say I was the best manager in the business. I was in the top 1. Who said that? Okay. Question number 7. This is about the Olympics. Did Team GB win more medals in total at London 2012 or Rio in 2016? So this is about Olympics. Team GB at the Olympics, did they win more medals at London 2012 or Rio 2016? Okay, that was question number 7. Question number 8. The first FIFA World Cup was held in which year? So the very, very first FIFA World Cup was held in which year? Okay. Question number 9. England won the 2003 Rugby World Cup thanks to an iconic drop goal from Johnny Wilkinson. How many points did England score in the match? So that was that epic, that famous win in 2003 when England won the Rugby World Cup thanks to this incredible drop goal by Johnny Wilkinson. How many points did England score in the match? It's question 9. Okay. And final question of round 5, number 10. Question number 10 is Wembley Stadium has a capacity of 90,000 people. This is more than 6 times the number of orangutans left in the wild in Sumatra. True or false? I will repeat the question. Wembley Stadium has a capacity of 90,000. This is more than 6 times the number of orangutans left in the wild in Sumatra. True or false? So I'm sort of getting the hang of this now. What I think we need to do now is you want to recap. Let's do a recap of round 5, just so you can go over the questions again. I won't give you the answers this time. I'll just recap the questions just so you can be sure of what they were. So this is round 5. Here they are. Question number 1. Who is the top scorer for England women's national football team? Question number 2. In which sport would competitors use a piece of equipment known as a foil? Question number 3. Frankie Dettori won 7 races out of 7 at which horse racing course in 1995? In which sport, question number 4, sorry, in which sport do teams compete to win the Stanley Cup? And question number 5, what is Usain Bolt's world record 100-meter time? Question number 6, which famous footballer said, I wouldn't say I was the best manager in the business, but I was in the top 1? Question number 7, did Team GB win more medals at London 2012 or Rio 2016? And the final question was, sorry, no, not the final question. Question number 9, question number 8 was, the first FIFA World Cup was held in which year? Question number 9. England won the 2003 Rugby World Cup thanks to an iconic drop goal by Johnny Wilkinson. How many points did England win in the match? And finally, the question was number 10. Wembley Stadium has a capacity of 90,000 people, which is more than 6 times the number of orangutans left in the wild in Sumatra. True or false? So after I've given you the answers, we're just going to show you a little cartoon, a little animated film that I made about the plight of the orangutans. But before we get to that, I'll just give you the answers. So, pens and pencils at the ready. Here's the answers to round 5. So, question number 1. The top scorer for the England women's national football team was Kelly Smith. And Kelly Smith, she scored 41 international goals. A legend. Question number 2 was, what sport would competitors use a piece of equipment known as a foil? And that is fencing. So it used to be an old sort of like a blunted sword that was used for training, a foil. Question number 3. Frankie Dettori won 7 races out of 7 at which UK horse racing course? It was Ascot in 1995. Ascot. Hang on. Big shout out to Joe and Becky in Abingdon. Yay. Big up the Abingdon Massive. Question number 4. In which sport do teams compete to win the Stanley Cup? It is ice hockey. Right. What is Usain Bolt? This is question number 5. What is Usain Bolt's 100-meter world record time? It is 9.58 seconds. 9.58 seconds. I mean, that's just ludicrous. No one will beat that. Question number 6. Which football manager? Come on, if you know any about this, you'll know this. I wouldn't say I was best manager in the business, but I was in the top 1. That was, of course, Brian Clough. That was my terrible Brian Clough impression. The top 1, Brian Clough, a shy and retiring individual. Question number 7. Did Team GB win more medals in London 2012 or in Rio 2016? And it was, of course, in Rio in 2016. They won 67 medals there compared to 65 in London at 2012. Okay, so question number 8 was the first FIFA World Cup was held in which year? And that was 1930 in Uruguay. And the winners by 4-2 was Uruguay against Argentina. What a night that would have been. So, and the final question. Wembley Stadium has a capacity of 90,000 people. This is more than 6 times the number of orangutans left in the wild in Sumatra. And I'm afraid to say that that's actually true. There are estimated to be, as I was talking about before, there's less than 800 of this entirely new species of orangutan, the Tapanuli. And you add that to the 13,800, that's still less than 6 times the number of the capacity of Wembley Stadium. So things are really they're in strife, basically. And just to remind ourselves of what we're here for and the purpose of the evening, let's watch this little animation that I voiced about the orangutans.
Meet Armstrong. He's a Sumatran orangutan, one of our closest living relatives in the animal kingdom. They're only found in the rainforests of Sumatra, also home to tigers, elephants and rhinos. Sadly, these rainforests are being destroyed at an alarming rate. In fact, deforestation is the biggest threat orangutans face. Sumatran orangutans are now critically endangered, but deforestation is still going on. With nowhere to go, orangutans are at risk from starvation, poaching and conflict with humans. Luckily, you can help. The Sumatran Orangutan Society works hard to save orangutans through grassroots conservation, campaigning and more. This is good news for Armstrong, his mates and the forests. But we need your help. Get involved and give all the rainforest species something to thank you for. Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sure, thanks.
Prima cassie.
Sumatran orangutans are critically endangered. You can help save them. Visit www.savearmstrong.com to find it.
Okay. So yes, that was a little animation I did for SOS. Apparently, I missed out the answer to question 9. Sorry about that. I got very excited there. Question 9. The question was: England won the 2003 World Cup, Rugby World Cup, thanks to a great drop goal from Johnny Wilkinson. They won. They scored in that game 20 points. That was the answer. 20 points. So I think we've all everyone's got that. Terima kasih banyak. Need a little break. Just a, let's just see how we're doing. Oh dear, we're pants at sports. Yeah, well, everyone's got their subject, haven't they? I mean, that's the thing. You know, you get some people, sports not your thing, and then science, and then some people love the sport. So 1 out of 10. Oh dear. Shout out the green end, massive. Northern Ireland crew, Northern Ireland. 9. Oh, some good scores here. Well done. 4, 5, 6, 9 out of 10 for the Bailey Bills. 7 out of 10 for the Cheeky Chimps. 8 out of 10 for the Amazed Balls. King Louis and the Swingers. 11 out of 10 for the Pathological Liars. Good one. Oh no, 6 out of 10 for Professor Whitty. No, yeah, well, you know, horses for courses. The Brizzle Posse. Broadheath Massive doing poorly. Sorry to hear that. Well, listen, you know, if sport's not your thing, you've got the final round to redeem yourself. We're into the final round. It's round 6, general knowledge. So come on, everyone's in with a shout. You know, it's not specialist, could be anything. Oh, Rebecca, 10 out of 10. Rebecca Thurger. Sexy Gingers, 3 out of 10. Some hilarious comments here. Tell Steve I love him. This is not the forum for that sort of behaviour. Right. Oh, some people are doing well. Very, very good. Someone's missed the pond. I'm sorry, you can't see the pond again. That's it. Get one shot deal. Okay. So we'll just say hello to Luna. Come on, Luna. Come on. Come on, Luna. There. You see her? No, she's shy. I was going to show you the parrot, but she's a bit shy. Right. Okay. So we're doing fantastically well. Donations are still coming in. Keep the donations coming. It's all in a fantastic cause. Go to the SOS website, check them out on Twitter, and maybe subscribe, join the organisation, get all the information, and see what they do, see where your money's going. So into the final round. Can't believe it. Come here, come here, come on. Oh look, here's Luna to say hello to you. Come on. Hello. Come on, up you get. That's it. Right, you stay there. Okay. So we're into round 6, general knowledge. Wow, come on, we're nearly there. The final stretch. Okay, so question number 1 of round 6, the final round of the SOS quiz for the orangutans is: which country produces the most pistachio nuts? I love a pistachio nut myself. I'm absolutely mad for one right now, actually, but that's probably not going to happen. Anyway, which country produces the most pistachio nuts? Question number 1. Okay. Question number 2. Which cocktail consists of white rum, lime juice, and a simple syrup? Okay. Which cocktail consists of rum, lime juice, and a simple syrup? That's question number 2. Okay. Question number 3. Volodymyr Zelensky. He won the Ukraine's presidential election by a landslide in 2019. But what was his previous job? Volodymyr Zelensky won Ukraine's presidential election in a landslide in 2019, but what was his previous job? That's question 3. Question number 4, general knowledge. In Manchester city centre is situated on the east bank of which river? Yeah. Manchester city centre is situated on the east bank of which river? That's question number 4. Okay. It's great. So nearly there. Okay. Question number 5. This is traditionally, how many years of marriage does a crystal wedding anniversary represent? So that's the question. If you're having a crystal wedding anniversary, how many years does that represent? That's question number 5. Okay, question number 6. By which names are the poets Currer Bell, Ellis Bell, and Acton Bell better known? So question number 6 is, by what names are the poets Currer Bell, Ellis Bell, and Acton Bell better known? Question number 6, that was. Okay. Question number 7. Here's a fantastic TV series, which I'm sure you may have watched. I certainly loved it. In the series Stranger Things, the actress Millie Bobby Brown plays a character. What's the name of the character that Millie Bobby Brown plays in the series Stranger Things? That's question 7. The name of the actress Millie Bobby Brown's character is in the series Stranger Things. Fantastic series. I was holed up in a hotel in Bratislava, as you do sometimes, you know, you find yourself. And I remember I watched the whole thing. Fantastic. Brought back an adrenaline rush, a sugar rush of memory of music and everything about it. It was wonderful. So that was question 7. The character that Millie Bobby Brown plays in Stranger Things. Question number 8. What is the closest capital city to the equator? So, yeah, question number 8. The closest capital city to the equator. Okay, question number 9. This is a question about a flag. Which country's flag has got just two blocks of colour? A white band over a red band. So that's the flag. It's just a white bar over a red bar. So it's white on top of red. Which country's flag is that? That's question 9, that was. And finally, question number 10. What do wild orangutans do to treat skin conditions causing them inflammation or pain? It's quite a specialist question, but somebody might know it. Might get some experts out there who know the answer to this. Or if you don't, have a guess. What do wild orangutans do to treat skin conditions causing them inflammation and pain? So, okay, so that was the end of round 6. And I've just found out that the donations now we are £175 away from £13,000, which is absolutely amazing. So thank you so much, everyone. That is amazing. That has exceeded our expectations. That is fantastic. Thank you so much. We're just 175 away from £13,000. Let's try and get it over the line, guys. I think you had time to process round 6. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to do a quick recap of round 6, the questions, and then I'll give you the answers. And then I'll tell you a little bit about SOS. And then I think that's us done. But let's just recap round 6. So round 6 was general knowledge. Okay. Question number 1 was, which country produces the most pistachio nuts? And the answer is, oh, sorry, no, I'm not going to tell you the answer. I'm just going to recap the questions. I nearly did it wrong. Which country produces the most pistachio nuts? That's question 1. Question 2, which cocktail consists of white rum, lime juice, and sugary syrup? Question number 3, Volodymyr Zelensky won Ukraine's presidential election in 2019 in a landslide, got 75% of the vote. What was his previous job? That was question 3. Question 4, Manchester city centre is situated on the east bank of which river? Okay, question number 5. Traditionally, how many years of marriage does a crystal wedding represent? Right. Question number 6. By what names are the poets Currer Bell, Ellis Bell, and Acton Bell better known? Question number 7. What is the name of the character played by Millie Bobby Brown in the series Stranger Things? Question 8. What is the closest capital city to the equator? Question number 9. Which country's flag is 2 colours, white over red? And question number 10 was, what do wild orangutans do to treat skin conditions causing inflammation or pain? So those are the questions. Just to say, again, a massive thank you to everyone who has joined us tonight, has been involved in this quiz. It's been great fun. I hope you've enjoyed it. I certainly have enjoyed it. It's been a learning curve for us all here, just trying to get together with the tech and get the questions right, and getting very excited. But I really enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. And of course, it's all for a fantastic cause. Just a bit more about SOS. SOS are, as I say, they work with a lot of people from the ground up. They're a real sort of organisation that involves local people and volunteers. Education, and they sort of bring pressure to bear on companies that are dealing in palm oil. Deforestation, of course, is one of the biggest problems that orangutans face, and that's one of SOS's sort of key messages they try to get across to rural communities who are at the heart of the projects. And they are there on the ground providing training in farming, in permaculture, in beekeeping, ecotourism. They put together micro hydro energy projects to support people's livelihoods, and 18,000 people have taken part so far. So they've also now just recently built a school for free education for the kids, and the families get involved by planting trees. So, this is an organisation that's really sort of, it gets involved, gets on the ground, and does an enormous amount of good for creatures that are just extraordinary. And I get sort of, I can't evangelise enough about them. Seeing them in the wild is something like I'll never forget. They're the most extraordinary creatures. And you sort of, when you see them in their natural habitat, these perfectly evolved, beautiful things, you immediately, I can't imagine ever walking away from that and not feeling that you have to do something. You cannot walk away and think, I can't do. You are permanently changed by seeing them in their natural habitat. So I'd say, you know, orangutans they're extraordinary. I mean, this is the thing. The males and the female, they don't hang out together. They go off on their own, and they just sort of come together, you know, just for a bit of a party. But they like to be on their own. They're the original social distancers, if you like. Most of the time, they forage, and they spend time in small family groups, much like ourselves at the moment. So they are, again, very special creatures, and we are privileged to have them on the planet. And anything you can do to help is hugely appreciated and will be put to enormously good use. So thanks for that. I'm just going to briefly now go through the answers for round 6. Okay, so question number 1 was the country with the produces the most pistachios is Iran, or Persia if you prefer. Which cocktail consists of white rum, lime juice and sugar? It is, of course, a daiquiri. Now, I'm quite interested in this. I don't know if you've got a minute. I just want to tell you about daiquiris. Daiquiris are amazing. Daiquiri comes from a place in Cuba, right? It's the name of a beach and also a mine. And it was invented by a mining engineer in 1900 called Jennings Cox. Not Jennings of the Richmond Crompton, but Jennings, a mining engineer, invented this drink. And it became hugely popular in America. And during the Second World War in America, when you couldn't get hold of vodka or whiskey, rum was cheap and plentiful because of an arrangement between Franklin D. Roosevelt and South America. So rum took off. Latin America took off. So every time you raise a daiquiri, which may be sooner than you think, you can just say, cheers, Franklin Roosevelt, and toast American president. Or the Second World War. It'd probably better to toast the president. Third question, question number 3, Volodymyr Zelensky won Ukraine's presidential election. His previous job was a comedian. He was a stand-up comedian. Imagine a comedian being a prime minister. Imagine that. Yeah. Imagine a good one. That would be good, wouldn't it? Rather than this befuddled womble. I don't mean that in a bad way. Anyway, that's question number 3. Question number 4. Manchester city centre is situated on the east bank of which river? It's the River Irwell. And I know that because when I stay in Manchester, I stay in the Lowry Hotel, which looks out over the River Irwell, over the Trinity Bridge. It's a beautiful spot in the city, dividing Salford on the east, on the west bank, and Manchester on the east. Question number 5. Traditionally, how many years of marriage does a crystal wedding represent? 15 years is a crystal wedding. There's other ones, Velcro, cabbage, moss and lino. Not so popular. Question number 6. What names are the poets Currer Bell, Ellis Bell and Acton Bell known as? Of course, it's Charlotte, Emily and Anne Bronte. Question number 7. The name of the character played by actress Millie Bobby Brown in the series Stranger Things is 11. And she's a great person, Millie Bobby Brown. She's the youngest person ever appointed as a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador. So good on you, I say. Question number 8. What's the closest capital to the equator? It is Quito, which is, of course, the capital of Ecuador, which would have been a big clue if you'd known that. It's the second highest capital on the planet. The first being La Paz, of course, Bolivia. Question number 9. Which country's flag has a white on red? And that is Poland. But if you flip it, red on white, you get Indonesia. So Poland was the answer to that. And the last question was, what do wild orangutans do to treat skin conditions causing inflammation or pain? What they do, they actually chew leaves. and they create a sort of foam in their mouth, and it's like a sort of lather, and then they just get the foam and they rub it on their skin. They figured out how to use ointment, pain-killing ointment. I mean, it's amazing. So anyway, that is the quiz. Thank you so much, everyone. I'll be looking at your scores. Luna says goodbye. Say goodbye, Luna. Say goodbye. Shy. And just a massive thank you to everyone who's been involved with this. To my family, who've been very obliging and accommodating. To all of you for joining in tonight, for making this a fantastic event for SOS. I'd like to thank all the people at SOS, Helen Buckland at SOS, and all the wonderful people there, all the wonderful volunteers and the staff there who've helped to put this quiz together. I'd like to thank all the volunteers on the ground, people that are working actually there on the front line who are doing a fantastic job. And before I sign off, I'll just give you the final total for tonight, which is an amazing £15,700. Yoo-hoo! Wow, fantastic. That is brilliant. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Stay safe, and I'll see you soon.